God bless you and welcome. This one is on food and food stamps. So, not everyone's on food stamps. Go figure. For one reason or the other, people just aren't always on food stamps. And I know it's frustrating because it's, I don't know where I am. It's like the politicians are constantly, patting their pockets and being frivolous. And yet, whenever there's a budget crunch, they never have any integrity and be like, hey, maybe we shouldn't give ourselves a pay raise. Maybe we should stop being frivolous. No, it's always, oh, let's cut food stamps. It's really inappropriate. And just taxing food is inappropriate. Whether it's cooked or not, whether it's in a restaurant or a farm or a grocery store, it shouldn't be taxed because food is a necessity. It's not a luxury, it's a necessity. So it should never ever be taxed. Also, I just know, I know I'm not the only white person. I knew a white couple and had moved and the job fell through that they had moved to a different section of the nation too. And I mean, they had nothing whatsoever. No food, no money, and the government would not give them food stamps whatsoever, not even like emergency food stamps. It's like, and they're like, it's because we're white. If we were any other color, we would have got it, but we're white. So even though we had absolutely not a penny and not a morsel of food, we were rejected it. So it's like, why even bother for the most part? I mean, and I know for me getting around is really hard, so between spending a half to an entire day sitting, like trying to maneuver around a massive building, which I'm not going to be able to, in horrendous bright lights that are just going to give me migraines, just to be, have a 90+ chance to be rejected. It's like, if there's any way I can possibly not be on food stamps, I will do. I'll do without. And it's frustrating because I know where I am right now. My parents are friends with, they're part of the blind ministry, and the one couple, the wife just passed away. So logic would tell you his food stamps are going to be cut in half. And they weren't cut in half. They were cut to $16 a month. $16. That's ludicrous. And another issue with food stamps is how you're allowed to use them. I know in LA they've passed it where you can use them at restaurants, but the thing is, most restaurants will not accept the food stamps. So why pass a law when companies don't have to meet you? What's the point? It's just like, hey, I can spend this here. Oh, wait, no, I can't. It's just like stupid Obamacare. You can choose your doctor. Oh, keep your doctor. Oh, wait, no, you can't. You have to have health insurance. But the doctors don't need to accept health insurance. That needs to be illegalized. Why do things half-assed? It's not okay. You're not doing your job and you need to be fired. So, anywho, back to food stamps. One, you have a section whether you're in a house or not. There's a lot of people with health issues and disabilities, such as being blind. And this widow, not only is he's not partially blind, he is 100% blind. And since he was itsy bitsy, she was born without eyes, and he was born early, and they gave him too much oxygen. And he hasn't had any sight since he was in an incubator. Has never had it. And now his hearing is going. Even with his hearing aids in, you have to yell in order for him to hear you. So I'm being in a kitchen, because at the moment food stamps are only good at grocery stores and not even in like the deli section. They don't work in the deli section. And not everyone can be standing up in the kitchen taking care of stuff, whether it's due to weaknesses or to, not being able to see or hear. It's just to treat the disabled like they're like, a healthy person is just stupid. It's very naive. It's very just illogical. It really is. You are dealing with a lot of people that really do need help and can't necessarily be up in a kitchen taking care of everything for one reason or another. So we really do need to just make food stamps. If you're going to give money for food, well, then have it be available at any place that serves food, period. And that's another thing with food. And with homelessness and food stamps, because it's like you have to buy it at a grocery store. Get real. Think it through. The majority of homeless people do not have refrigerators, do not have stoves, do not have ovens. When you buy something in a grocery store, you need refrigeration to keep it good until you throw it on top of an oven or in the stove. I'm dyslexic, other way around. But yeah, so it's really another half-assed program of we're here to help you. Of course, you can't store the food and you can't make the food, but we're here for you, and don't use a deli because that's a no-no. So that really needs to be just thought through and made logical, where food stamps is for food. No matter where it is, it's good as cash, period. And that brings me to my other thing. What was this? Walking to advance the fight. I was shocked it wasn't on cancer. It's actually on Alzheimer's. Alzheimer's. We need to clean up our food. And I know with me, I'm told by multiple people I need to eat, like, organic. It's like, have you seen the price of organic? It's like, it's really frustrating that this nation does not have the money. We're in so much debt, and yet we keep giving millions and billions away to other nations, even nations like Iran, who says we're the white devil who they want to murder. We can give money to those hideous people who want to kill us, but we leave our own citizens up the river with no paddle. Really, $600 in America doesn't cut it. So stop griping because I'm not eating organic and I'm not eating overly healthy, and I'm not in a house. It's like you make it so I can't get a loan, I can't afford to buy anything with cash, and even the little things are a big deal. Like, come on, we can't afford giving the money away to other nations, but we really need to take care of ourselves first. Anywho, back to food. We need to clean it up. And we need to clean up our environment, because it's just filthy. I mean, even I've got cotton on today. Have you ever read about cotton? I mean, not only do they use pesticides and such on it, but they also spray the cotton 2 times with this thing that kills all the weeds. I mean, it's just laced with toxic chemicals. And our food is laced with toxic chemicals. And it doesn't matter if you're going the plant route or the animal route, because it's just, I mean, do you remember, I don't know how old you are, but if you're my age or older, you'll remember when we were young, apples were like this, and they were perfect, and now they're like this, and you're like, don't need that much on one sitting, and the chicken breasts were like this, and then they doubled plus. That's not natural. Like, little girls who are in 3rd grade shouldn't be getting their periods. And if you want to stop Alzheimer's, stop buying anti-deodorants. The aluminum is tied to Alzheimer's. So these companies need to stop putting known toxins and pollutants in our products and our animals, and stop releasing it into the nature and into our water. Our water, how do you say? I want to say level. It's not right. But our water underneath the ground, it's not right. Or into our rivers. It's disgusting. And then they like, oh, it's not us. Yeah, it is you. Because before you came, there was fish and stuff in the creek and in the rivers, and now there's not. Before you, people had decent health, and now we don't. It's not okay. And it's not okay for politicians who are becoming millionaires to not represent us. Their job is to represent us and to protect us, not companies. It's really disturbing that companies no longer have our backs, and that politicians willfully look a blind eye for, a few grains, money. So it's not okay. Politicians aren't willing to vote and aren't willing to have, aren't willing to represent the people. They really need to be kicked out one way or the other. And companies, goodness gracious, you're making a living off of us, so why are you killing us? It's really not okay. It's just not. So yeah, we need to clean up our foods and clean up our environment and get rid of, oh, and wind turbines are so nasty. And it'd be really great, instead of being like, woohoo, let's go do this. This is great. It's going to save us. You know, look into research. Like, people are getting sick. Animals are dying. And they're just atrocious. And they're not nearly as environment friendly as they claim they are. And nothing should be subsidized by the government, period. Not even education, like nothing, especially companies. You cannot be a for-profit company and accept subsidies from the government. If your product is not good enough to hack it, well, then you shouldn't be in business. The taxpayers should not be working their ass off and being run out of their communities to make you millionaires and billionaires. It's not okay. I should not have to be subjugated to a little car on the side of the road so you can be a millionaire and billionaire. I'd love to know how it's okay to subsidize all these million and billionaires and how they can fleece us nonstop and everyone looks the blind eye. Oh, that's okay. And yet, you know, if a homeless person is hungry and, you know, takes a loaf of bread out of the grocery store, it's the end of the world. And they're going to crush our, you know, nation. That's BS. Absolute BS. It's BS that there's no loans for, you know, you should be able to get a loan for under $50,000 and in a manner where it's, you know, between $100 and $200 per month. You'll still make profits, and you're already making a profit. Anyways, we've gotten off the topic. Everything is just so out of control in this nation, and, you know, we're killing the little people to make the big people even bigger, and that's not okay. And it's not okay for you politicians to not be representing the people. Your job is to protect and represent the people, not enslave and destroy them. It's time to get on a better road. It's time to get clean food. And you know what? Call up companies. I've done it. Hey, you've got too much sugar here. Hey, why do you got bleach in here? That kills. Hey, what's up with aluminum? Could you, like, cut back on that? Like, call up. Like, why? It's interesting. What is it? Dr. Axe? Josh Ash? He has a whole, like, short video on, like, oh, it's like 8 foods that are, like, basically outlawed around the world, but for some reason in America we have them. That's not okay. Stop poisoning us. Poisoning us is not okay. And we all just need to take a stand. And even if you can't afford to buy something better, well, you can, you know, take 2 seconds and call up the company and say, hey, this isn't okay. So I hope you're doing okay. Bye-bye.